So, Lone Rider here, and it's the day after Christmas, and I decided I was going to go for a little ride on my single-speed mountain bike. Here's the problem. My bike does not have pontoons, and as you can see, Passaic River, which is just a little bit that way, has overrun its banks and proceeded to leave, when it retreated, lots and lots of water here. It looks very pretty, and it's part of a natural flood and recede cycle, but unfortunately it leaves this dirt road along these power lines pretty much inaccessible, especially given that I don't have galoshes or waders, so since in 30-some degree weather I don't feel like riding around with wet feet, I think I'm gonna have to turn around. And this is one of those things where, sometimes people wonder why cyclists get so insistent on things like bike access. Why do you need to be able to mountain bike in the park? You've got the standard thing is, quote, plenty of other, unquote, places to ride. The reality is we really don't. You can sort of make it work riding on dirt roads like this. It's not real mountain biking, it's not real single track, but it's, it's okay. It's better than nothing. You do get out in the woods, you do get to enjoy yourself. But then there's days when you can't, because of course this isn't maintained in such a way as, a proper trail would be raised up. There'd be water bars or drainage underneath. Wouldn't be susceptible to this sort of thing. But again, this is just sort of an improvised ride spot. It's the access road along the power lines, and it's all I have within riding distance of my house. There is no other place that I can bicycle to where you're allowed, quote unquote, to ride. There actually is a proper trail on the other side of the river. If I go maybe 50 yards that way, 100 yards that way, on the other side of the river, there is a proper trail that I used to ride for years. Going back, even before I rode at Watchung, going back to, when I was in my teenage years, before I graduated high school. But the problem is that that other side of the river is Union County, and after 3 years of working for mountain bike access in Watchung in Union County, when they decided to cancel the planned access at Watchung, what they also did is they decided to arbitrarily expand the ban on mountain biking at Watchung to the entire county. So that trail, which had been, even after Watchung was closed to mountain biking, that trail was perfectly accessible. There were never any no bike signs there. I rode there all the time. Nobody ever had a problem with it. Nobody, there was no issue. That trail is now officially signed as closed as well, as is every other trail in the county. So on this side of the river, nobody's going to hassle me because I'm in a different county, but there's no trail here. There's just this dirt road, and as you can see, this dirt road right now is no longer passable. So day after Christmas was good weather. I figured I'd go out for a ride, and looks like I'm not going to be able to because, like I said, I don't have pontoons, I don't have waders, my bike don't float, and this is the importance of bike access. This is why cyclists want to make sure they at least have some place where it's recognized that they can ride. It's not because there aren't other places where they can maybe sometimes manage to sneak in a ride here or there. It's that without a properly maintained trail, you're essentially left with things like this, and, well, several months out of the year they're completely underwater or impassable. And frankly, even if I was able to get through here, who knows if I would not encounter another flooded section further down. So yeah, this is the importance of bike access, because otherwise without it you're left with something like this, and this is not it's just not feasible to ride through there, right? I don't feel like getting frostbite from soaked feet in 30-degree weather, and even if I wanted to risk it, I don't really feel like putting ruts in the dirt road and messing it up any more than it already is. You can see that it's quite heavily rutted from ATVs and other things, not from bikes, but nevertheless, I don't want to add to that. So, I mean, I usually don't come back here when it's wet. It's just it's been dry for over a week, and I just figured, well, this would have drained by now. And you can see back there, it's dry. The river's way beyond out of sight behind those trees, but when the water receded in these low-lying areas, it left behind a lot of this residue. So yeah, this is the importance of bike access. Without bike access, you're left with this sort of thing, and this sort of thing is no good. Lone Rider out.